Hello, trading is closed on June the 4th, 2018. On last call, so we had higher targets which printed, lower targets ultimately should print but haven't printed yet. We said typically when you have conflicting signals, the commonest thing, not the only thing, but the commonest thing is to gap and promptly move outside the day's range, which is what happened. This number should still print at some time. Tomorrow's pattern, I believe, is going to be one with an early low and a late high. Tendency to be positive unless we drop early, and tendency to close near the day's high. MEJT marked this as a false move, so we said we would come up some, which we did. So, what about tomorrow? Well, we gapped up, rallied all day, couldn't beat this high. It's a negative pattern, leads to lower prices unless we take this high out early. If we take the high out early, it's a pretty positive pattern. You're not required to go higher, but the most of the time that's going to be what happens. If we drop, however, we have this target, and we're now close enough to a wave count which says a high is plausible that we have to be alert for a big drop which could have legs. Tomorrow is one of my dates, but again, some of these work great and some don't work at all. At least now you can see an ABC up. It doesn't mean the C has to end here, but if it did, you would say it's plausible. I still like 2759 area, but that's not the only area that works. And if we drop like a stone here, I'd have to believe it. I'm not predicting that, but I'm saying you have to be on alert. So for tomorrow, if we can get over this high early, in general, the pattern's positive. It tends to rally throughout the day. If we have a big drop first, depending on how big it is, it could be the start of the real thing. We now have a compatible wave count and a date, which says we're at one of the areas, but not the only areas, not the only area where the long-awaited drop could begin. Once again, not to belabor the point, I think this move here is a 3-wave move and not a 5, and the reason is this wave and this wave can't be counted as 5s. A lot of people think when the rally is this strong it can't be a 3. Then they call this a triangle, which means they're calling this strong move a 3. I think it's inconsistent. I think it's clearly a 5. And you can't have it both ways. I think we had 3 waves up. Here's a 5-wave move down. We're making an ABC. Around here is one of the places it could end, although as long as we don't go over this high, other moves or other ends are also possible. So we'll have to see how we open tomorrow to see if we can clear this and likely go higher, or if we get a big drop, which means this could be seen as early as tomorrow if we get a big enough drop early. The open's important. That's today's call.